The ball nearest the cushion will enable the team to break off. And of course, that means they have potentially 5 breaks against the other side's 4. In the final analysis, Carl, that could be goal dust.
Yeah, it was a little bit edgy there from Joshua Phil. A little bit surprised he played the lag, Albin Ocean. He would be considered to be the player in Team Europe who's got a really good cue ball, good touch. SVB gets this Mosconi Cup underway.
So just to reiterate, it is a race to 11 matches over the course of 4 days. We have 4 matches today for you to get things underway. 11 points is the ultimate goal for either Europe to retain the Mosconi Cup or for Team USA to reclaim it.
This is a tricky spot for Jason, this isn't it? He can't pop the 1. He's going to try and get the cue ball in behind the 3. Well, he did, but that's an edgy shot as well. It's a little miss it. It's not the end of the world. The 2 ball is in a tricky position, but, you know, at the end of the day, this first point, Phil, when it's the team match, you're never going to settle in this environment. It's impossible. Again, is Shane going to have a go at this one in the corner? The cue ball. He's running away, and that is a good sign. It goes in clean. That's going to make you feel good.
Immediately before we came on air, these sides had maybe a minute's practice for each player. And I was noticing that Jason Shaw actually was missing pots by a mile, which is very unlike him. Whereas Shane Van Boening, okay, it was a very small sample size, looked completely at home.
Now, does this 2 ball pass the 6? Cue ball's going to be running down table. He's not out the woodwork just yet. Yeah, it was always going to be the problem. It was actually a very good shot, and he kind of just took a bit of a gamble. That's all he could really do there, SVB. And this is 9-ball pool. This is what can happen. You know, he's pulled out 2 really good shots, and now he's kicking 2 rails, so needs distance. And it's gone wrong. I say it's gone wrong, Phil. It's actually come and it's not left Jason anything easy. The 6 ball is blocking the pocket. There's no bank shot on. Is he trying to get the cue ball in behind the 6? Well, look at this, Jason Shaw. 2 shots where he's just not hitting good at all. I'm not saying he's left a lot on, Phil, but that's just worrying. So we've seen 3 shots from Europe, including the lag, and every shot has lacked a little bit of conviction.
Let's face it, this atmosphere is intimidating for the visiting side. 2,500 people. And the vast majority of them want to see shots like that executed by the USA.
Oh, that's simply ridiculous. What a shot. Two for the price of 1, and if you just look where the 9 ball is, SVB is just going to get the cue ball down table, doesn't want to under the cue ball here and start leaving it a little bit shaky. And it'll be loud in here. This is a good message for your fellow team. The next player that comes on, they're going to be feeling good. It's all about this combination.
I will try and compete with that roar. The 7-9 combination from Shane Van Boening gives this crowd what they want. The first rack is on the board for the USA. Here's one for you, Carl. You don't think this team match is competitive? over the last 10 Mosconi Cups, plus that rack, it's now, in this team event, 39 racks for the USA, 39 racks for Europe. It is such a tight way to start things off, a tight and unpredictable way.
Yeah, you're right, it is unpredictable, but I love it. It just gets all the team, you know, they're all sat out there and it's so high, it's so much pressure, honestly. I've sat in them seats and I remember playing one year, Phil, I was hoping, I think it was Johnny Archer, who was about to get up to break, and I was hoping he'd break and clear the table. I was that scared.
Okay, it's only the start. This really is a marathon journey to 11 points. But while the Europeans continue to smile, the USA know they can make a statement here. And rack 2, it is Joshua Filler against Skylar Woodward in a dress rehearsal of a singles match to come up third today.
Well, he has made a ball, and I'm sat right behind the line of this shot. He cannot pot the yellow one ball, and he can't go off the rail to pot it. And because the 3 ball is quite high up that table, I don't believe he can even swerve this ball to try and pot it.
Seven tournament wins for Joshua Filler in 2022. The Bigfoot Challenge at the Derby City Classic, the European Straight Pool Championship, a couple of Euro Tour titles, the Whirlpool Masters, the UK Open, and the World Games. But this is completely different.
Yeah, sometimes a player will do this. In the team point, you're allowed to get somebody from the team off the bench to come up, and you know, you've not got a lot of time to think, so it's a smart move. He's seen it again now, SVB. Just coming into your picture there, he's coming up to give his opinion on the shot.
Well, I can't think of a better coach, can you? The world 9-ball champion. You trust his judgment.
Well, he was trying to pot the one there, of course he was. He didn't. And, oh, can Skylar see a piece of this one ball? Splits the balls, he's trying to get covered behind the purple 5, and I think he's done well there as Skylar. Filler's going straight for the short stick, he's going airborne. He's chasing the 9 as well here, he's going to play off the edge of the 1 to the right hand side as we look, and he's going to try and get the cue ball moving towards the 9. Ooh, it was close, Phil, wasn't it?
The roars of this crowd are making us redundant. You know exactly what's happened in terms of how the rack is going. Get that velocity and vibrancy. And you know the Americans are doing well and the balls are falling nicely for them.
These side pockets, Phil, I've been out there, I've had a little nosy. These are brutal. They're smaller than ever, so Skylar's not got a lot to work with here, and it's not just about potting this ball. Well, he does have an angle, because he's got to get the cue ball moving forward, because the 9 ball is covering the blue 2. There you see, he's just caught the near jaw. We're going to see that a lot this week. We really are. They're tight.
Colin and I went into the arena last night when the table was erected, and we couldn't quite believe just how unforgiving those middle pockets are.
Well, this is nervy from Europe at the minute. This is important for USA. They've got to capitalise. And if you watched the press conference yesterday, the legend, 61 years of age, Earl the Pearl Strickland, said shots, they will be turned down. And I think that was a prime example, Phil, because Phil could have gone for the pot. I'm not saying the cue ball was easy to get on the 2, but he decided to play safe. Schuyler, he's got to attack this ball. Oh, what a pot. He's been unlucky there to find the scratch. That is unlucky. It was a great shot he made.
And Carl, under normal circumstances, when you do that in a rack against Joshua Filler and the balls are in the open, you say goodbye to the rack. But these aren't normal circumstances.
No, but I think if we just look at where the balls are, they're all sat nicely, because he can go from the pink 4, the purple 5, he's on the left side rail, the 6 is over the pocket, maybe the green 6 to the 7 ball. Wants this cue ball to keep running though. Well, maybe he has to go forward. He's landed a little funny this. He's got to draw the cue ball maybe. Wants this to bounce though. Doesn't want to be on a weird little angle. He's just got enough angle. But he might have to force this ball a little harder than he would have liked. But because of the green 6, he can just make sure he pots the ball at a good pace. He'll have a shot on the 6. Cue ball's going around off 4 rails. That got the crowd excited.
How to make friends and influence people. Don't do that, Joshua, but do pot the balls. He is the game's premier potter for me, and he showed it there. Mind you, Schuyler Woodward was extremely unfortunate.
Yeah, he was unfortunate. It was a great shot by Schuyler. You know, that's going to happen over the course of the next 4 days. But Joshua Filler, he loves this arena. He loves to give the crowd a little bit, just like he got it as well at the start. It's 1-1.
That rack was a classic example, Carl. We talk about 9-ball as a great game of skill, and of course it is. But luck also plays a very influential role, and you don't want Lady Luck to desert you in a casino. I think the crowd here has exceeded expectations. This is the biggest audience in the history of Mosconi Cup pool here in Las Vegas. 2,500 people, hardly a seat to be had in this extraordinary auditorium that's in the round. We're right at the top. Open air, no commentary box. We've got a great view, and the animated look on not just the faces of the players but also the crowd tells you what this means. It is, quite simply, the biggest occasion in pool.
Tyler Steyer, you know, he's tasted victory in the Cup a couple of times. He's also had a Cup last year where he didn't quite come up and play his A game, so I think he's going to be a monumental piece of the jigsaw. If USA are going to go on and lift this Cup, he's got to bring the game he's capable of. And this is a good start, the best break of this team point so far, and he's got a shot at the 2 ball. It's all about cue ball control though. You think this is easy because they're all over in open spaces, but the cue ball can start to run away from there. And that's not too bad to open up.
He was the first American player I saw on arrival here in Las Vegas. He was just emerging from the gym. He's a very fit individual. And no one wants success more than him. He craves it, but he will not be particularly enamored by that shot.
Them are the little things USA have got to cut out if they're going to win this cup. The balls are all sat in the open. This is, in my opinion, what I've seen over the years. It's these type of racks where the Europeans seem to clear up more consistency than USA. All the balls are in their open. He's played a bit of a weary positional shot, and now he's put himself under the gun. Last year, Phil, these were the shots he were missing.
So easy under pressure to undercut this kind of pot. But he doesn't.
That was a good pot, that, Phil. Fair play. But he's going to need another good one here. Just look where the cue ball's finished. He's got to put all his effort into the 6 and just try and get that cue ball over towards the side rail. But he's going to need an angle. This is awkward. This is an awkward 4 balls. And there is the miss. And this will be a first look at our current US Open 9-ball champion, the rookie, Sanchez Ruiz.
He's not world 9-ball champion, that's Shane Van Boening, but Francisco Sanchez Ruiz arguably is the player of the year. He's won so many big titles. But of course, this environment is alien to him.
I think this is thinner into the side pocket than what that camera angle tells you. He's got to really get into the cue ball here. And get the cue ball moving. Oh, the first shot of your Mosconi cupping, you're scratching the side. That is a little unfortunate, it really is. But that is what can happen, Phil.
The decibels were off the charts when the cue ball was a foot away from the pocket. They knew where it was going.
That's okay, that little bump off the rail has given Tyler Steyer a nice little angle here. Just focus on the pot.
Cheers, their favourite pool son, Tyler Steyer. The USA are back in front in this team match at 2-1. And after the break, we've got the appearance of a certain Earl Strickland. He moves the needle, doesn't he, Strickland? 5-time US Open champion.
"61 years of age, he's won it all. He has seen it all on a pool table, and he's having none of this. He puts Albin Ocean back in.
Ocean, known as the Iceman, but this is the kind of atmosphere, the kind of opponent that could see him melt.
Yeah, this is a case of ice versus fire. This is a juicy shot he's trying in. He's playing a kick safe. Oh, what a shot he's played. That is Albin Ocean at the very best. Kick safety. Earl can go off the side rail though. Speed will be interesting here. Will he play at a certain speed to try and get the cue ball back over towards them 3 balls, the purple 5? Oh, look at this. This is going to work out nice. This is going to work out nice.
That's the unluckiest blow I ever seen.
He's left a gap.
What a gap has been left for Auschen. You might have heard Strickland saying that's the unluckiest ball I've ever seen.
Now, is he on the 2 ball? It's bounced up a little bit, hasn't it, the cue ball? This is a thin one. There you see, just rolls. And the problem is the cue ball's going to be tracking back up, and can he hold it for the 3? He can play safe as well, though. The pink 4 and the 9 ball's not in a bad spot. He's got to hurry up. Yeah, he did play safe.
Just to point out, it's a 30-second shot clock, but 1 30-second extension is allowed per player or per team per rack.
Good safety shot there from Earl.
What a lucky human. Only one lucky human. God almighty. The ball went right in front of the hole again.
It's okay. He's got to cut it. He's going to lose it this way a little.
God, that's unlucky.
And he's just singling. It's been a bit unfortunate because the 2 stayed over the pocket, but Albin's got to come with something here. The tight middle pocket, Phil. It had a wobble. Earl stands tall. He's taller than usual. He's got his platforms on, Phil. You've got some of these platforms.
I haven't, but I might need them. Oh, but they're not accurate enough. This time he's been complaining about good fortune for Albin Auschen. It's Strickland who receives some.
Yeah, and that's worrying because he's missed that 2 ball by a long, long way. He's a big advocate for the tighter pocket. That's going to hurt. But as you said, Phil, he got away with 1 this time. Albin's got a good safety shot here. Get the 2 on the back rail. Separate the cue ball back up towards the top. Job well done. Nice safety shot there from Mr. Auschen.
Yeah, just to put some science on what Carl was saying, Strickland wearing the platform shoes, he feels as though if he stands taller,
Great shot.
he's more effective.
That's okay from Earl's on tilt already. I don't know why.
You don't have to make
He's
this.
played some good shots.
That's unreal. I never seen nothing like this.
7 ball's going to hold him.
Nice show. He ain't got one.
Yeah, he does.
I think Earl's just desperate to win this rack, isn't he? That's what it looks like. You can see him in the arena and he's come with a couple of big shots. He's just desperate to get this first rack on the board. What's Albin eyeing up here? This is tricky. He's gone for the pot. He's set to take a gamble. Oh, this is a tricky one. He's going to have to go forward with the cue ball because of where the pink 4 ball is, and if he's straight, you can top the cue ball right through and scratch. So this is not easy. There's only 6 balls left on the table. The purple 5, that's blocked by the 8 ball. Nicely done there. Good shot there from Albin.
But, you know, visually, these middle pockets to these guys must look like as though they don't quite exist. They're much tighter than they've encountered before.
There you see it again. It just catches the near jaw. They're not going to go in this week.
The cut of these middle pockets adds a completely new dimension to the game.
Well, he's not got the pace. He was trying to get back up
Work it out.
to play the 5 down the long rail. So it's either a bank shot or a safety shot. What's Earl going to come with here? Kind of played a two-way shot. I don't blame him. Wanted the cue ball behind the 9 though. That's why he's a little bit annoyed with himself. But he's still in this rack. That's all that matters.
Emma asked the question at the start of the programme, would Earl Strickland become engaged and break his promise at the press conference? Well, I can tell you, yes, he will. No doubt about it. He's on the verge now.
Albin's going to have a go at this ball. It's a thin one. That's perfect. Straight in the heart of the pocket. What's the bump like? The bump's no good, you know. He's got no extension, so he's got to get a move on. Takes a bit of time to put the extension on the back of your cue. You can't pop this ball, it's going to be a safety. Safety's a little bit weird and all. Does he split the balls and use the 9 as a blocker? Or is he just going to go for distance? He's not got long left. And he's splitting the balls, trying to use that 9 ball.
It's one of those disjointed racks, Carl, where the balls have conspired against both players.
Yeah, the problem Earl's got here, if he goes 2 rails in behind it, how do you get it safe? It's just so difficult, because the cue ball's not going to go into a safe zone. But if he can manufacture something here, well, he could blow the roof off this place. 2 rail kick.
Come on, Ivan. Come on, kid. Let's go.
Yep, it was never going to be easy. And in the end, after what's been a really unusual rack, Albin Ocean has got a chance to tie the first point up.
For Team Europe here, in terms of the crowd, silence is golden. When they're quiet, you know things are going well for Europe.
Yeah, that's nicely done from Albin. So it's going to be this 9 ball to tie it up.
There is no mistake from Mr. Cool. And it goes from Albin Ocean, and the Europeans are back on level terms. And Earl Strickland sits there, the epitome of stony-faced. He doesn't like that.
I'll tell you what I did take from Earl's performance there, though, Phil. He come with some good shots, didn't he? He played some nice shots. Yeah, he missed a ball or 2 and then maybe the safety, but I think overall he's got to stay positive.
Racks being traded here, and so now only 2 players left to enter the fray. In our next rack, it will be David Alcaide, one half of Spain's World Cup of Pool winning duo, up against Oscar Dominguez. Comes from good pool stock, doesn't he, Carl? His father, Ernesto Dominguez, was a terrific player in his own right. And now Oscar is back representing the USA in the Mosconi Cup. And that's something that's always at the top of his list of priorities. Will Oscar be the star this week? As for David Al-Qaedi, controversy, procrastination when he was selected for Team Europe, but he played a very crucial role last year. He's got a tremendous relationship on and off the table with Francisco Sanchez-Ruiz. He is a World Cup winner, as I said before. Spain won that title this year. He's got every right to be here.
It's 2-2. We are getting to the point of this very first point in the team where mistakes are going to be magnified. Dominguez to break.
Rattle.
So can David Al-Qaedi start the process of silencing the doubters, those who opposed his selection? A break and no ball spotted for Dominguez. What about running out for Al-Qaedi?
Well, the cue ball's just held up there. I think at first he thought he was going to leave himself hooked, but it hasn't. He can pop this ball. He's got to go around the table. He's got to avoid the top left corner pocket as well. There's a 3 ball. Just look at the red 3. It's right in the centre of that top rail. Pace is going to be key. Oh, this is worrying. He's missed that by an absolute mile. Wasn't even close.
That's a shocker. It really is. He caught that 2 ball ridiculously thick.
Now, I'm not saying this is easy for Oscar, but these are the moments in this Mosconi Cup. And, you know, these are the moments where you can really start to build on some momentum. And, you know, Al-Qaedi's got to come up and play a doubles match soon, Phil. So if he doesn't get back to the table here, and Oscar can do some damage, it's going to be playing on the mind of Al-Qaedi. He's going to be thinking about how poorly he hit that 2 ball.
Yeah, there are misses and misses, and that was awful.
Now, Oscar's having a good look. We've seen a few balls missed in the side, but just because where the cue ball is, this is a lot easier than some of the other balls. But yeah, there you see, just off the far joint, will go. He's got a nice angle on the purple 5. Big shot coming up because it's all about speed. You'll see Oscar spin the cue ball 3 rails. There you see where he's putting his cue stick. That's where he wants it. It's important to try and get the cue ball moving off the 3rd rail. You don't want to be leaving it near that rail, and you don't want to be leaving it long. How's his pace? This looks good. This looks good. It is good.
Talk about noise level. A mobile phone went off a few seconds ago. No one seemed to notice. Normally it's, oh no, a mobile phone's gone off here. Can't even hear it.
Well, it wasn't mine, Phil. That's all that matters. Well, Phil, this has This is a big little moment, this. You can see it in his face. Listen, we all miss balls, we all make mistakes, but it's the way, it's the feeling of the way you've cued, the way you have delivered it. That is what is going to hurt Mr. Al-Qaedi. And this will also settle Oscar down. Let's not forget, he's not played for a few years in this cup. This is going to make him feel wonderful, this 9-ball.
For the third time in this team match to get things underway, the USA hit the front. It was 1-0, it was 2-1, and now USA lead Europe 3-2, all because David Al-Qaedi missed a terrible 2-ball. It did not get anywhere near the vicinity of the pocket. That's one of the worst shots I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, I think you'd have got closer, Phil, to be honest.
Dominguez then stole in and did the rest. Just wondering, you know, there, Shane Van Boening and Earl Strickland involved in this team. But will Oscar win the Mosconi Oscar for Best Supporting Actor? That was a very good start.
On the 7.
All of them are.
Yeah, I started shaking.
Damn.
Pressure's the mother, ain't it?
I think the American team there were talking about the effects of pressure and this rarefied atmosphere and what it does to players. So we go back again and go through the rotation for a second time. That means it's Shaw against Shane Van Boening again.
Does he have a look at this yellow one? He does, he has a piece of it, but it's not too clever. Jason might be tempted to have a little look at the 9-ball here. He can play thin off the edge, get the cue ball coming back down towards the 9, maybe off the side rail, and make the 9. I think he's having a go at this, Phil. I think he's having a go at the 9. Well, I tell you what, Phil, I have never seen Jason Shaw start so poorly in any pool match, let alone the Mosconi Cup. He's been a mile off every shot, his distance, his line, everything.
To me, the stroke of Shaw is always so fluid. From what I've seen so far, not just in his 2 racks, but also in practice beforehand, he seems very jerky at the cue action, or certainly more jerky than normal.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was trying to pop the 9-ball there. He was having a go at that, and he hit it way too fat. And if there's a player on Team USA side who you want to get to the hill and steady the ship, well, it's the world champ himself, Mr. SVB. Does the pink 4-ball go past the 9? That's what he's had a look at. It's all going to be about that ball. Can he even play a combo? Or a carrot?
Under the gun. Few are better. When he was crowned world 9-ball champion in April, he produced some extraordinary comebacks from nowhere to win matches. He can deal with all kinds of pressure.
He's lost the cue ball a little bit here. Where's the cue ball ended up here? Oh my, SVB, he could have landed anywhere. Is this another turning point in this team point? What has he done there?
Bridge.
Well, he's still got an extension left.
Extension, please.
Must make the point here, keeping his head when others are losing theirs. The excellent referee from Germany, Marcel Eckhart, there to hand SVB the bridge.
I don't believe he can pop the 9 here, coming off the edge of the 4. Is he just trying to hit it full and get distance? Leave the cue ball down near the 9 area. Needs to hit this full. He's made the 9 ball! That's unbelievable! I didn't think he was on, Phil. How's he done that to get him on the hill? That is ridiculous!
Call in the local roofers. This roof's about to come off. This is day 1, match 1. And the noise here is indescribable. The shot of a champion, the world champion. It really is unique, and the skills of Shane Van Boening are unique as well. What a shot that was. You know, the Las Vegas Valley is surrounded by stunning mountains, and for the first time, a team is on the hill. That team is the USA.
Well, the 1 ball's found the pocket at first. I believe Skyler thought it was going to be dry. Does the 2 ball past the 8? He's got an easy safety shot here, though, just because of where the pink 4 is as well. He's playing safe. Cue ball locked in behind the pink 4. Don't blame him, you've got to play sensible. Especially when you're on the hill. Make Filler, make Europe come with something. Filler's got to come with something. He's looking to chase the 9 ball here, Phil. If he hits this full, the 2 ball may crash into the 9. One thing's for certain, Filler's going to hit the 2, so things can happen. Things can happen! He's flew the 9 ball! That is unbelievable. Pool is a funny old game. It pays to hit. And it has paid to hit. What a time to fluke the 9 ball.
Skyler Woodward, if you recall, in the first rack he played against Filler, he potted a really good ball and scratched. This is something else. More kisses than Valentine's Day, and the 9 ball went in the end.
Fair play, though, to him. He got the 2 ball into the 9. He got it moving, obviously. He couldn't account for where the 9 ended up, but it was still a very good shot to get the ball moving. And how key is that moment going to be in this opening point?
The big smile of Joshua Filler. In 2022, he's had an awful lot to smile about. And he's breathed new life into this European Challenge in the team match. They are 1 down with 2 to play. And next up, for Europe, it's a man who has played 1 shot. He potted a ball to the middle pocket, the green 6, and ran it off. Francisco Sanchez-Ruiz taking on Tyler Steyer. Can he make this first match? Hill. Here's a thought for you. The last time the team match went the full distance was in 2018, and Europe won it 5-4.
Team Europe is trained by 4x3 and
break shot has been a big part of Francisco's success this season. Obviously, there's more involved in Poole in the break, but he really is consistent with the break shot. He gets a lot of power going through the pack.
Carl, tell us about the break conditions here.
Yeah, it's a tricky break because we're now using the break box. You can see the little square at the top of the table. It's just sort of marked out there. You can see the white line. So the cue ball has to be put inside that square, the break box, as we call it. So that's why you're not seeing the players break from the rail. And the 9 ball is on the spot, so you're going to see a lot of cut breaks this week. And what that does is it makes the game less predictable. You're going to see more safeties, more situations like this. Decent shot. He's got the hook, that's the main thing.
Section of the crowd there started saying boring when he played that safety. When Earl Strickland was playing his safeties, it was the best thing since sliced bread.
Got to keep the ball on the table here. He's going airborne. Sometimes the cue ball or the 1 ball flies off the table.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh, that is delightful. How well has he controlled the cue ball there to get it back over towards them 2 balls. Delightful. The 1 ball's landed awkward and all. Can he get through to the 1 ball? He actually might be able to. There's another look at the control from Tyler Style. You could just see a piece of the one, couldn't you? But it was always going to be. It's always going to be hard to get safe. Could Tyler cut this ball in? Maybe he can. It's very thin. I think he's having a go at this one, Phil.
The collision on the 7 ball was always inevitable. And look where the 7 is finished. In that little cluster now down the end there with 2 other balls. This rack will not be easy to resolve.
Hang on a second. What are they saying? Oh, please put that flash down. Put that flash down. Yeah, thank you.
Someone's getting a little excited in the crowd, taking pictures.
Thank you.
He didn't realise the flash was on his phone, but it was. It's all been corrected, Phil, back to normal.
Well, this match is not over in a flash. It's a marathon for a race to 5.
Yeah, there's something about this opening point. Cross bank. He's made it. It's a good shot. How's it finished on the pink? 4. If there's no shot, he can play safe. Look at the green 6, the brown 7, and the purple 5. Them balls there begging for the hook. Well, maybe he can pot this one on all, Phil, can't he? Can he pot it? He could pot it. Rather than playing the hook snooker now, Phil. No prizes for guessing where this cue ball's going to end up.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7. Steyer should be in tactical heaven.
He's got him welded on the 7. Sanchez Ruiz has just got to hit the 5. Forget about trying to be too acute and make things happen. With 4-3 down, you've just got to hit this ball and hope it's your day. It's been his season, hasn't it, Phil? So why not? Contact is key. He's made a good hit. He's made a very good hit. Where's it going to end up? That's okay. He stayed alive in this team point. That's all you can ask for.
He would gladly settle for that.
Now, what does Tyler play here? Is he going to go for the crossbank, go full-blooded, or is he just going to play a containing safety? He's played a crossbank. He's played a crossbank. He's got the crossbank. What a shot! That was the cue ball. The cue balls. He's landed a little long. He's got more angle on this 6 ball than he would have wished. Well, maybe he hasn't, Phil. Maybe it's bounced off enough. Can he just roll this ball through?
Slowly rolling balls under pressure, the toughest thing of all.
Yeah, maybe if he was to play the natural pot, the natural angle would maybe go towards the side. So he's just looking at playing a little stun shot and glancing off the edge of the 7. That was a nice touch. He was under the gun there. He's really got through the cue ball well there. It's easy to lose the cue ball, so the cue ball comes all the way down the bottom end of the table. Had to time that nicely, and he did. Biggest shot of this team match is coming right up.
USA Vice-Captain Skylar Woodward is the cheerleader. They're off their seats, and now they're going to be in front. Team USA own the team match in the Mosconi Cup for the 4th consecutive year in this truly extraordinary competition. They get off to a flying start. They defeat Europe by 5 racks to 3, and young Tyler Styer contributed 2 of those racks.